So on today's episode of Read Your Bible series, I'm going to continue from where I stopped concerning David being a failed father. I talked about how David failed as a father with 3 different reasons. The first one is he was busy with political wars and that made him neglect his home. The second reason was favoritism and partiality, while the last one was the sexual sin, and everything linked together. As I was saying, when Absalom killed Amnon, he ran away from home for about 3 years. Joab noticed that David was missing his son because Absalom was more of like his favorite son. And as usual, David didn't do anything to, caution or to serve punishment on Absalom for killing his brother Amnon, which leads us to talk about why Absalom came back with confidence to come and take over his father's throne. He came back and rebelled against his father. And I'm going to talk about the character of Absalom. Absalom was described as a fine, handsome guy. And the Bible described that his hair was so long that whenever they weigh it, there's an amount of gram that hair weighs. He doesn't cut his hair often, but he cuts his hair maybe once in a year. But whenever they weighed hair, like it was a beautiful cheese. If you read how it was described, you know that Absalom was very handsome. But do you know the problem of Absalom? He was ruthless and rebellious. And it was because his father allowed this. David did not caution his children. After Absalom killed Amnon, he didn't do anything about it. Just the same way when Amnon raped Tamar, David didn't do anything about it. Joab begged that Absalom should return to the palace because David was really longing for him, as it was obvious that he was longing for his son. So Joab begged for him to return back to the palace. He sent a woman to come and meet David, that one should pretend like 2 of his sons fought and one killed the other by mistake. And after that one killed the other, now the people in the society saying that they want to kill the remaining one that she has left, that the king should help her. This one, that one. But David was very kind. David said, no, now that will not mean that you lose 2 of your children. No, don't worry. Anybody that says anything against you, bring them to me, but tell them that they should come and face me. I would fight for you. I would make sure that the second was safe. The woman was not like, my king, if you can make this kind of judgment for me, that means that for your own children too, that they fought, that's the one that killed the other one. I think it's time for you to bring back the other one that killed Amnon. And David was like, I'm sure that it is my commander-in-chief that sent you to come and tell me this thing, Ari. It is Joab. The woman said, yes. Okay, we'll go and bring Absalom back. They brought Absalom back. Absalom then took 50 men to go and stand in front of the gates. Every morning to be kissing people. Anytime someone comes to check the king, he's going to say, I wish now I'm one of the judges of Israel. At least I would have sorted it. So he tried to gain favor from the people. And after he did gain favor, he did all this nonsense for 4 years. Imagine someone that was forgiven for his sin for killing his brother. He came back to come and rebel against his father again because his father never cautioned him. And that was why he rebelled against his father. And Joab later led people to kill him. And the painful thing about Absalom was that when he died, it was his hair, that beautiful hair that he had. It was the one that got hanged on the tree. He was passing through maybe like a forest, and his hair mistakenly, the tree just got stuck in his hair and it lifted him up, and the horse was just going. So that was how he was trapped, and they were able to kill him. And when he died, instead of David to be rejoicing that, thank God, at least my enemy that want to, destroy my family, that want to destroy that want to cause civil war, has finally gone. He mourned to the extent that Joab had to caution him that, say, we killing your son now to help you to save your kingdom. Have we done something sinful? Because this one you're crying. So that was how we knew that Absalom was David's favorite. Now, there is one of his sons, Adonijah. Adonijah too rebelled against David in his old age. I know that his sexual sin attracted a curse from God when God said, the sword will not depart from David's house because of what he has done to Bathsheba's husband, Uriah or something. But let's think about it. Adonijah too, when David was old, and they've already said that Solomon is going to be king. David has already sworn that, Solomon will be he will be the one that would, be the king. Adonijah still went with Joab, this same Joab that was David's commander-in-chief. Joab betrayed David. And when I read that aspect, the part that Joab betrayed David, I felt a kind of way because Joab was loyal, was nice, but he was too ruthless and also ambitious. But that is the topic from that day. But Joab collided with Adonijah. And when he collided with Adonijah, he came Adonijah came, was having gathering, he was trying to overtake the throne so that Solomon would not be king. But Bathsheba came to David to talk about it. And in the Bible records that there was no day or no account as David, cautioned Adonijah or done anything, chastised him in any way. The Bible recorded it. So I don't know how his sons just have the strength to fight him, to face him at every given opportunity. Like nothing. They're not scared of him. They just find a means to, try to take over his throne. Apart from the sins that he did, he himself, he had not taken anything into account. And the worst still is that this Adonijah, when David died and Solomon finally became king, because David ensured that Solomon became king when he heard that Adonijah was trying to, to take over the throne. David ensured that Solomon becomes king. And when Solomon became king and David died, Adonijah was like, that Abishag that served my father in his old age. Abishag was like the young girl when David was very old. So they got a young girl to be taking care of him because now he was sick. He didn't have any strength. So Adonijah was now asking that girl, he wants to marry that girl, that they should give him that girl. And in those days, taking the king's wife means that you are in control of the royal palace or something that has to do with that. As far as you take somebody's wife or take somebody that's closest or to the king, it means that you are important in the palace. And this made Solomon very angry. That's why will you still ask? I'm already ruling. Why will you still ask for Abishag, your father's wife? That was what made Solomon to kill Adonijah and Joab. That one ran into the temple, thinking that he would save. He was like, okay. The person that Solomon sent said, he has run into the temple. Solomon said, go inside the temple and kill Joab. Anyways, so this is just to talk to us, our fathers, especially. You guys should be you should be present in your home. And note that the steps that David did, even though Solomon was not ruthless or was not fighting, but he didn't fight battle during his time. But the truth is that he followed his father's footsteps and it became 1 million times worse. Because David had a lot of concubines. At least the Bible recorded about 6 women that had their names were mentioned, 6, and about 19 sons. They didn't mention the female children. They didn't talk about, but at least they talk about Tamar because she was raped by Amnon, her stepbrother. So you should be present at home, not just being present at home. Then curb your something. Sexual sin can take lots of things away from you. Sexual sin cost David a lot because I feel like it is God's curse over his house that is making him act the way he doesn't want to act. And lastly, partiality is not good. Please don't have favorite kids.